Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out oh so very, very, very much. And if you're interested in the content we are creating, please consider joining our channel. You can become a member of our channel down below, where you become an NPC lover for the low cost of $3 a month, where you get to support us a little bit further and get some really cool emotes and jazz, and eventually you'll get exclusive content. But I need to figure out what that content's going to be before I do it. Because I rant for free. I'm sorry, that's not going to be exclusive content. I rant for free. If you want my rants, I'll give it to you. But aside from that, if you want to support us a little further and get immediate benefits, you consider joining our Patreon. Link to that is down in the description below. That gets you into our exclusive Discord server, where you'll be able to hang out with all of us, participate in some one-shots, and if you're ever interested, in joining any of our games, they are pay to play. That comes at a higher tier. All you have to do is go ahead and click on the link, join in at one of the lower tiers, get yourself set up with an interview with me, and we will get you into the action. But without further ado. Alrighty, Kai, tell us what happened last time.
Let me unmute myself first. Thanks. So last week on Mingled Dreams, the party spent about a week on a ship with a gnomish captain and crew, honing their skills and spending time as they saw fit, until they embarked on into a port at New Haxon. They were examined and prepped for entry into the city. They were also searched for things like holy contraband. Kael produced a religious symbol when prompted for that contraband, and they were given the location of a safe haven within the city, as well as where to stay away from. The party is also told the disaster protocol for the city. If they hear 3 bells, street evacuation. If they hear 2 bells and a whistle, they need to go into a doorframe. If they hear 4 bells, everyone's already dead. The city is clearly built for military state. It's got controlled streets, and it's at the whim of a dragon who everyone needs to answer to. The party made their way to the shopping district, where posted weather expectations are displayed, and where a public informant should be able to consult with them for a directive. They didn't know where to go, but the weather here seems to be wild, so getting a wind scribe, is that what it's called?
Yes.
A wind scribe to give them the information is paramount to survival. The party encountered a very awful person named Reese, and they talked as they waited for the wind scribe to return. Our character discovered that they were both part of the grinning. They were both grinners, Celia and Reese, and they ended up talking about the Mingled Dreams, the Severed King, and as they spoke, there was an NPC there who tried to leave, but rolled a natural 20 on their doing the electric slide out the door. The party ended up interrogating them, or a 1 on a stealth check, you know. The party ended up interrogating them, figuring out that they were actually an ex-hand, one of the Severed King parts that the party is searching for. They discovered how to find those people from this NPC, and our bookish rogue went to go make a connection with somebody in the city, as Creve spent some time buying some magical items. Kael ended up following a sort of nerdy looking person who didn't seem to have much going on unless you looked at them a little closer. People were stepping out of their way for them, showing them a lot of respect, and ended up following them to a manor where we ended last session, with them doing some mysterious things in there with what appeared to be some sort of archmage for the hand. And that's what I missed.
The Archmage, who you had come across, appears to be a member of the Cerberus Assembly.
Oh,
as
Cerberus
Kael
Assembly, thank you. Sorry.
managed to figure out. Though he has no first-hand experience with knowledge of the Assembly, all he knows is they are among the most powerful individuals of the Empire. And the fact that one of them is over here might be a little bit of a problem, potentially. Who knows? But anyways, after you tried crawling over the wall, Kyle, you did notice that there are some arcane glyphs and markings on the other side of the lip of the short wall. And you made a very quick analysis of that might not be a good idea for you to try to go in there right now.
While I'm still invisible, I would like to walk around the wall to see if there is another entrance.
Okay. As you begin walking around, moving all around it, you see that it is mostly an L-shaped wall attached to the grand wall of the protective boundary outside of New Hoxton that keeps the people safe from any events that transpire further out. Though that is just the first inner wall, compared to 2 other walls past that. That outer section, the back L half of all of this, is about 60 feet high, with large-scale weapons, some ballistas, and patrolling local guards of this area. The militant guards of this area. Go ahead and roll me an investigation, though. 25. As you're going around the L-shaped pattern, there does not appear to be any other entrance into this area. I mean, the wall is short, but those runic markings do appear to be all across the walls. What spells can you cast as a... I know there's only specific schools of spells you can cast as an arcane trickster.
Enchantment and illusion.
Enchantment and illusion? Okay. Then the Arcanum there, unless you are proficient in Arcana, is not something you would really understand at a cursory glance.
Yeah,
Arcane tricksters can learn other spells as well from other stuff,
Yeah.
but only at certain levels.
Right, but he's not, knowledgeable about those.
Right.
Those 2 types of genres I'll immediately give him because he can actively learn them whenever he would like. Okay. But apparently that one small archway that is a single fit person archway is the only way in or out.
I would like to, so I will just leave my owl somewhere on the other side of the street to watch this this archway, and then I will walk back to the group.
All right. Have your owl roll a stealth check.
Yeah. Come on. Fucking back. Key. It's been a while.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Sneaky little owl. It perches up kind of across the street, I assume angled towards the archway.
Yeah.
And finds a nice little section of a building that has an extended tiling of its roof for it to latch onto slightly behind, where it can just keep an eye as it just pops its head out every so often to look. But at least it's outside of the immediate glance of anybody who would be looking around. So after that,
Walking back toward where I assume the group would be.
okay. Well, at least where Celia and Creve are. And by the time you get back, Creve and Celia, both of you put in your commissions for the outfits, and it should be done sometime at the end of tomorrow.
All right.
Now, where is Kale?
Well,
You're still invisible,
he's
Kale.
probably somewhere around.
Maybe
Causing
spring has
trouble.
come for him?
What?
Maybe spring has come for him. He found someone attractive to look at. Who knows?
Well, yes, that is quite likely, actually.
I mean, this town is pretty diverse after all.
Yes.
Am I with them at the moment?
Yeah, I said you got back there and they're
Okay,
walking
okay.
out looking for you, but you're invisible. So
I get just at Creeves here, and I whisper, "Surprise, motherfucker!" I want the button. I want the button.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Fuck you. I don't know where you are, but next time I'm going to get you. Did you learn anything special?
Back to visible state. Well, I followed some interesting character. And so I followed him up to a, well, let's call that a manor, magically protected.
Right. Well, what kind of fascinating character was this?
Well, he kind of matched the description that our hand friend gave us of the boss of the hand. Was a nerdy human walking down the street whistling. Everybody was just giving way.
Just double checking, you are whispering this and not saying out loud, right?
as you're still inside of the territory of the hand.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I was double checking.
Be talking like out loud in this area.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a hushed conversation.
It's a hushed conversation. And everybody was giving way. Nobody was walking on the same side of the street. And I was quite suspicious. And I followed him to a magically protected manor where, well, he met some person of interest. Are you familiar with the Cerberus Assembly?
Some of them.
What's that?
They provide freelance work towards most of the mercenaries here, so yes.
Were they the ones who assembled that Cerberus we met earlier?
Well,
No.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the person who assembled the Cerberus, or at least like the Cerberus was keeping us away from, was a former member of the assembly. So at some, yeah, might be so.
Well, over here at least, there's two of them that are prominent because this is their territory, but they're usually away from here.
So it's a kind of magical order, is that what you're saying?
No, it's basically in like the group of ministers in the empire, except they hold all the power.
Group of magical ministers, from what I've heard.
Well,
No.
this place isn't part of the empire, is it?
They have a cooperation with the leader, the dragon that rules here, Satyana. Since them and the dragon are focused on the artifacts and research, and they don't care about anything else here.
I see.
It's why over here order is important, because they prefer to study in silence and not people screaming every single time.
That helps. What about you? Have you managed to get any new acquaintance in the area?
Well, nothing much, just common knowledge that the coconut groups. Sorry, I keep giggling every time I say that.
The coconut cult.
Yes, they hold quite a firm hand of power here, basically, since everyone is afraid to even mention them.
Mm.
They are the true one so far, at least the way it looks, maintaining order, and at least for the main part, for the normal people, seems to be safe, keeping them safe, albeit they are scared of them.
Right. Well, I suppose the question still remains then, well, what are we going to do here? We should probably meet up with the others. Where did
Yeah,
they go
true. Kale found the biggest clue, and we might inform the other two, so we can actually discuss what's next. Because if the big wigs are involved, depending on which member it is, it would be a difficult time for us.
Okay.
So, I assume the three of you are now going to head back over to try to find Rorik and Reese.
Yep.
Indeed.
All right. Warwick and Reese, the two of you have been confused on the coconut craving this party has. Oh, yeah. The two of you have been sitting inside of this small little open space tavern in town. More of a drinkery than a tavern. You know, you sit in, you get something to drink, and then you have peanuts. You know, like that's it. But this entire time, Reese Rorik has been, you know, spewing a whole bunch of philosophical reasonings for how you treat other people, and not just you, but like everybody in the world, as well as you know, the goals of trying to make everybody a little, you know, better off. And very, very old human. I mean, he's definitely in his, like, what are you, Rorik? Late 50s, early 60s?
He's actually in his 70s, but he looks good for someone in his 70s.
Ancient human. But yes, so the two of you have been doing that, and go ahead, Rorik, role play out what you two were chatting about.
Right, and I know how it may, all that I just spewed out, philosophy and stuff, I know that may make me seem a bit optimistic or maybe even naive, but it's about making the attempt, you know, you understand?
Yeah, sure. I understand that completely. Reese is absolutely like 100% checked out.
Anyways, I need to go run an errand in town, and since you know the area so well, would you be all right with guiding me? I need to stop by somewhere, and also I feel like we should pick up some coconuts while we're around, because I kept hearing you all mention it offhandedly, and I didn't know you all craved them so much.
Yeah, we're really looking for coconuts because
Yeah.
we can't say the thing we're looking for
There's
out loud
actually,
here.
and I actually know a recipe to make something called a pina colada. That's one of the coconuts, right?
Does it? How many fingers does it use? What?
Yes, it's the one where you put the lime in it.
Yeah, you get a lime and you put it in the coconut, and then you mix it all up.
I see. Do you? Sure, we'll get that too, I guess. Reese absolutely has no idea, like, whether Rorik knows what he's talking about, or if he's like just really, really good at playing it cool.
Yeah, you look like you don't understand. Trust me, once you have a taste of it, you'll understand, and I think you'll like them a lot.
I just don't really get that appeal of.
Let's get going.
Sure. I mean, I do enjoy imbibing. I'll just. Where are you looking to go?
Looking for a place it's an inn called the Barricade.
The Barricade. All right. I haven't been here that long, but I think I can help you find it.
Yeah, I'm simply going to pick up a package. Although while we're there, we might be able to get some rooms to stay the night.
Yeah, might as well. How good are you at pretending to be other people? Like, good or not good? Like, say you had to pretend to be somebody who really liked coconuts. Could you do that?
I mean, I do like coconuts. I've only had
You're
them a
already
couple
there.
times. Oh, thank you.
You're already there. Great. Great.
And just to clarify something, does Icebreaker understand?
Oh yeah, no. I
Okay,
completely
that's
understand.
it. All right, we're good.
I
We're
just
good.
love
We're good.
the whole in character Rurik didn't follow along with the coconut thing.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, as long as the player understands.
So
Yeah.
if somebody asks you,
Rurik.
Rurik, yes. If somebody asked you, Rurik, if you would die for coconuts, you would say,
That's a tough one. I mean,
you
as much as
gotta love coconuts.
I do love coconuts, but I mean,
It's a
you
coconut
gotta
cult.
put some. You gotta. There's a whole cult about coconuts.
Best coconut you'll ever have in your life.
That's honestly a bit crazy. I thought I've seen a lot of things, but that's a first.
Okay, but let's say it just happened today. We have to pretend we really, really want coconuts, and somebody's like, "Hey, coconut cult, best coconuts you'll ever have." Are you willing to die, Rory?
Well, if anything, why don't I go with them and show them how to make a pina colada?
I'm sure they'd love that.
I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
Reese. It is Reese, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, sorry. I'm still getting
That's
used
okay.
to reading, not Rise. But yes. Are you proficient in religion?
Let me check.
Okay.
I don't believe I am.
I mean, he is a bard, though.
I am a bard, so I've probably pretended to like religion several times.
Roll me a religion check.
Alright.
14. He's actually brandishing a shield to one of the most highly worshipped deities across Exandria. Not specifically in Xhorhas. Actually, in Xhorhas, it doesn't really have that much of a religious affiliation, but his shield is a large platinum-shaped shield that has like this bluish, almost crystallized dragon's face on the front of it, and it 100% looks like a devout worshiper of the Crystal One.
Great. Cool. Crystal coconuts. Got it.
Crystal.
That doesn't. I mean, is it like edible crystals or that doesn't sound like something you could eat.
Interesting.
As the two of you are walking through the city, Reese, you have come across the barricade once, but you've never actually gone in there. This is mostly one of the more militarized locations inside of this New Haxon. It is called the Barracks as an homage to any high-ranking political figure who comes into the city stays there, especially if they are militant in nature, and it has a lot of themes towards military that are definitely like, you know, tourist trappy style themes. Like, you can look at this grandiose greatsword that is an exact replica of this person who did this thing and all of these obnoxious things, but it is one of the more expensive places. I can't roll my R's at all. It is one of the more expensive places to stay at in town. And apparently Rorik has an invitation here. Rorik, as you are Rorik, as you are walking up, you see that there are different tapestries across the wall. One appears to be that of the Empire's symbology, a Tal'Dorei symbology, as well as a Kryn Dynasty flag. It seems to be a pure neutral territory, which is something that you honestly in all your years have never expected to see. Like, it has affiliations with every major group in this location.
Well, this seems like a nice place.
say that again.
Yeah. Honestly, though, the whole atmosphere with the city, it just, I didn't think I'd quite see something like it again.
So who invited you here? Just out of curiosity.
Hmm? Oh, I don't want to say old friend because it's a bit more complicated than that.
I see.
Regardless,
Zarzith Kittrell gave
like
you
a
this
romantic
recommendation.
partner, or like a
Oh, Zarzith
mentor?
Kittrell gave me. Oh, okay, I thought it was
Yeah.
the person I was. Okay.
No. You asked for a location to have the return address sent to, and in Zarzith Kittrell, Ravi told you.
Yeah. Then dialing it back. A friend of mine named Ravi. He's a great guy, getting into politics, but he needs to. Well, I've been trying to give him some sound advice. Just be yourself. Like you didn't get into this to be a politician. You get into this to help people.
Hmm.
So help him.
I'm sure he'll make it far with that mentality.
Well, I mean, did I tell you the story of how we helped him get into politics? It was crazy. We were just walking into the city,
I could stop
and
you if I wanted to.
Rurik just starts rambling on about the whole the whole story on that, which I don't know if you know it. I can give it to you if you want real quick, or we can just go by.
Reese is just gonna let Rurik keep talking. he knows a steamroller when he sees one.
Yeah, Rorik is very good at keep talking. But anywho,
and
yeah.
And then we let the nephew go, but I think that's the place right there. The one that says the Barricade, right?
Yes, it is.
So
you meeting your friend here, or?
Oh no, I'm just here to pick up a package, but I mean, like I said, we also might as well get some rooms while we're here.
I don't know that I have Barricade money. Do you have Barricade money?
I mean, I've got some funds on me.
I have
how much
squatting
funds
in
do I have?
somebody's house money.
I did update your sheet whenever people did like money exchanges and shit, so
Yeah.
you are on par with where you're supposed
Yeah,
to be.
he has all the money since bag of holding.
Oh, okay. So I've got the party loot. Okay. Oh no, but I mean, we can stay here, or we can stay at your friend's house if you like.
I'm actually also a traveler. I've been busking. Go get your package. I'll wait here for you. And we should meet up
Thanks.
with the others.
While I'm in there, why don't you ask around about where the grocery stalls are, so we can get some coconuts. And Rurik will head inside after saying that.
Committed to the bit. Love it.
That is a phrasing, yes. Alrighty. So, Rorik, as you begin walking up the front stairs, you see that there's a handful of different individuals adorned in their tapestries, their large armaments, and all of those niceties with them. And some of them look over to you and just, nod at you, holding up a shot of some clearish-looking liquid. Sir.
Rurik will nod back and give him a classic kind of like good day to you kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. You open up the front door and you see inside of this location there are all manners of different beasts and replicas of legendary weaponry all across the walls, the over top of the fireplace, and there's a handful of tables, all of which are low to the ground, not made for eating at. And with cozy, comfy, large leather chairs. I mean, this is the nicest place you've been to inside of Xhorhas, or on this side of Wildemount in a long time. And as you're walking forward, you see the concierge walks over towards you. A kind-looking man, roughly 80 years old for an elf. Looks definitely younger.
Oh.
As they approach over towards you. Hello, sir. Do you have a reservation here?
No, I'm simply here to pick up a package that was sent here.
Under what name?
Rurik Hammerstead.
Ulrich Hammerstead. They go over to the side of the counter and pull out a ledger and flip through it a few times. Ah, Mr. Hammerstead, yes. You do have a room already sectioned off for you. It said you and 6 companions?
Oh, yes, I forgot I already made that reservation. Yes, that is correct.
So you don't need to play nice with us. We understand. Apparently Ravi put your name forward for a nice little accommodation here. So, not an issue at all. If you would like to check everybody in, we do need to check them in by name as well. And, you know, you are fully aware of our peace treaty inside of this location. There's no fighting under any circumstance.
Yeah, the same rules as the city, correct? Don't cause any trouble. Treat others the way they should, and you would like to be treated as well. And if you can't obey that, then I believe the term was get fucked.
Well, we don't use niceties such as that. Just, this is not really a location you want to bring up any hostility at. As he looks around, and there's a handful of, you know, accomplished militarized individuals from all over the world.
Of course, I don't see there being any issue.
Wonderful. Well then, please come on in. Is that your companion outside? Looks out the door.
Yes. That would be him. One of them, anyways. We're still waiting on the rest of our companions. They went on other errands. Oh, speaking of which, do you know where? Do you sell coconuts in the city? Like, where would I find the grocer?
You will have to speak to one of the conjurers if you have any chance of finding something like that out here. It's would have to be imported, of course, but sure, that shouldn't be too big of an issue for you. Sir, yells out to you, Reese.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would you like to check in for your stay?
I still need to figure out if I can find my luggage to bring here first. So I'll be back later, probably.
Very well. All right. So you were waiting for a parcel to arrive for you, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Wonderful. Just give me one moment. Here, sit down over at the counter, and you see it's very nice, like cushioned seats for the bar stools as well. And there's a goblin walking across a heightened platform who comes over to you, puts a glass in front of you, and pours you a double of whiskey, old fashioned, of course.
Oh man, Rourke probably didn't have time to tell him no, but like he'll. Since he was given this and stuff, he'll, you know, do the whole like the classy alcohol thing, like swish in the glass and then, you know, drink it. Like not hoity-toity, but, you know, like appreciated it.
Yeah. And it is a very very warm cedar-like flavor to it as well. It's pretty nice. I mean, that's definitely something that was probably pretty expensive. But anyways, the goblin just walks away, and you watch as the concierge walks into a back room that they have to unlock with a key. And a moment later, they come back, and they hand you a large wrapped parcel, a square box that's roughly about 1 foot long, 2 feet long and maybe about 8 inches tall. Perfect box wrapped up in little bits of parcel and some frayed string to keep it all tied together. Here you are, sir.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And here is your room key as well. Your accommodations are in the east wing, in that direction over there, where you'll be able to find your own little room. It is, of course, room number 3, as they point on the key that is labeled 3.
Thank you, I appreciate it, Mr. Rourke looks for a name tag or something.
There is no name tag. Mogs.
Mogs. A pleasure to meet you, and thank you for your service.
Mogsby.
Oh, Mogsby. I am so sorry. Anyways, if it's all right, I'm gonna go set my things down, and then go retrieve the rest of my companions.
Of course, no issue at all. And they just go back to greeting people. Are you doing that at this location, Reese?
Yes, Reese pulls out his yarting and starts playing Ballad of the Grinning Fool outside the establishment to try to see if he can get free accommodations. Or a new enemy. It could be either one. Let's find out what it is.
Well, as you're doing that, the concierge walks outside towards you and goes, we can, music playing, we usually like to not draw attention into the building itself. If you would like, we can check you in right now. We already have your key and accommodation set up for you.
Oh, well, I'd be remiss to turn you down. Thank you very much.
Yes, of course. Please follow me. And that was, like, within the first, 10 notes or so. And they take you inside. Name, please?
Reese Stoughton.
Representation? Do you have any affiliation with any particular representing groups? Just gestures to all the tapestries.
Couldn't say that I do, but I'll keep smiling till I find one.
Very well. All right. Well, here is your room key as well. You're joined with him down in the same hallway, same accommodations, of course. East wing, that direction. And you see Warwick walking down on the east side of this building.
I'll take my key and follow.
All right. Warwick, as you're walking down here, you do see a couple of individuals who seem to be leaving their rooms, having a decent enough time. And there is somebody, playing music here, of course. And for midday, this is pretty good sounding music. I mean, usually you get the good musicians at nighttime when everybody gets off their shifts and work. But right now, everybody's, relaxing. As you get over to your room, you unlock it and push double set of doors open with this large centralized room that has a few offshoot rooms as well. All of the other rooms have their own doors associated with them, but they're glass doors with large curtains in front of them. Definitely not soundproof by any means, but this appears to be a very large accommodation for you and up to 6 of your companions. Well, a total of 6 companions, you and up to 5.
So it's like a super fancy college dorm room kind of thing?
Think of one of those super nice rooms in the Ritz.
Ah.
Yeah. How everybody gets their own room, but it's all associated with the same room. Yeah, it's a hotel apartment. That's a very, very good description of it. And as you walk in, you look over at the table, which currently has a fruit basket on it with all of these different fruits. Unfortunately, coconut was not one of them. But it looks to be an incredibly nice room with a lot of accommodations and openness to this as well.
Oh man, I next time I see Ravi, I need to make sure I need to get him a gift or something. Make something spicy. He likes spicy stuff.
Reese, you're walking through here, and this is by far one of the nicest places you've ever been inside of.
Reese will just make himself at home. Toss himself onto one of the day beds and kick his feet up on the window and start playing in here, but very, very softly.
Mm-hmm. Do you take from the fruit basket?
Yeah, sure.
All right. It's mostly apples and oranges, a couple of limes as well, but no other fruits that are more quickly perishable. It seems that all of these are within the day of them being put out for consumption, so it's pretty good.
Hey Reese, just make yourself Oh, I guess I already did. I'm gonna go put my gear in my room and rest my legs for a little bit, and then let's go get the others and show them our accommodations.
Sure. Now we can find those coconuts finally.
Oh yes. Yeah. Unfortunately there's no coconuts in the fruit basket, but we'll find them. He says before closing the door to his room.
Already.
I'm starting to. No, he's just really committed.
Rorik, as you go into your room, you close the door, and it is a nice room. I mean, it's not terribly large. It's slightly larger than a typical in-room would be, but this is just for sleeping. There's a cabinet for you to put some of your things and belongings into. There is a mirror with a fresh hand-washing / shaving station added as well. Unfortunately, this establishment is not nice enough to give you each your individual bathrooms, but they do have special accommodations and bathrooms inside of this, the barracks as well. But as you sit there, I assume you're opening up your parcel?
Yeah, he sets down his gear and he opens up his parcel.
Alrighty. Where is that music? I can't find the music now. Oh, there it is.
Ooh, is it scary music?
No. Not right now. You open up the parcel and you get a folded over piece of paper, the letter itself, and there also appears to be a unique item in here as well. The letter reads as thus: Rorik, thank you very much for sending us an update. We've been concerned about you, wondering if you're okay. We would be very happy if you found your way back here shortly. Hang out with us a little bit, do a little bit of good around here. Things have been getting a bit aggravating out in this location, and as such, we thought it would be an appropriate time for you to receive something that came across the border to you. We've been holding on to it for a couple of days just out of curiosity as to what it was, but we do think that is something that you may wish to have yourself. If this is of any importance and you need to take care of something, don't hesitate to ask us. We'd be more than happy to assist you with whatever it is. And of course, be safe while you're out there. Neutral territories aren't always as kind as you may think. There's hidden enemies everywhere. Anyways, you take care of yourself. Signed at the bottom.
What's the first name that on there that's signed? Not asking the last name, just first.
The first name signed. Well, let me bring up your whole backstory, everything, real quick. Sorry, I didn't have all of this prepared because I wasn't sure if you were going to make it or not.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's the name of the individual. The male one. I can't remember the name.
The male one?
They're male, right? Or did I misread your backstory?
No, female.
Did I misread your backstory?
I-
Where's the things for your backstory? I don't see it anywhere on your character sheet, and well, yeah.
I put it in allies and organizations, I think.
Thank you. Lorelei. It's Lorelei.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, just all right. That's good.
But yes, as you look inside of the package, you take out a weapon sheath adorned with gems across the top of it, suitable for a short sword, and it has Empire markings on it. And roll me a history check.
Oh my. Oh, this is a nice little sheath.
It is indeed a nice little sheath. It looks familiar to you in some capacity, but you can't really place your finger on why.
God damn it, Mika.
But anyways, back to the other three. The three of you arrive over at the Wind Scribe's establishment, and he looks over at you all. They left to go find the barracks?
Ah, the fancy place. That is.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you then.
Of course. So,
Yeah, I'll
I
guide
assume the
others
three of you are
towards
going to go there. All right. So the three of you walk through town, and you do find this very nice-looking establishment. And Celia, you went through here once or twice, but you've never stayed here, obviously. Far too expensive. But you were asked to accommodate other individuals who were at this location while you were here as well. But as you walk up the front stairs, you do see Mogs looks over at you and goes, Celia, hello. Are you here for another job?
No. Just looking for one of our companions. The old man, Rurik.
Oh, are all the rest of you the companions with his group?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Let me go see what is going on. And they turn
right.
and point their finger. Rorik, you get a message in your head. Hello, your friends are here, your companions. It's Celia, a not exactly drow-looking individual, and
Tiefling.
I want to say tiefling.
Oh yes, those are my friends. I was actually about to head out and go see them.
Oh,
Brother
well, I'll
Rourke
have
says
them
it's
send.
all allowed.
Yeah.
'cause he
Reese, you
doesn't
hear
know.
that from inside of the very, very not soundproof glass door. Very well, I'll send them over to you. All right, I just need the three of you to sign yourselves in, of course, and take care of yourself. Kyle, as you're looking around, you do see that there are banners to every military force that you know of, at least.
Well, Creep will sign in and just ignore the banners and just walk
All right.
to Rurik.
Celia,
Yeah,
you've
I'll
signed
do-
into this location.
Yeah, the usual.
Mm-hmm.
Since already used to it.
I say we need two.
Alrighty. And as all three of you sign the notebook, they close it. Very well. Here are your room keys. Each of you is given a room key, labeled 3 as well. East wing, that direction, room number 3 on the side.
All right. Oh, hopefully there's less alcoholic drinks as usual. For me, at least.
Why would you want less alcohol?
Reasons, but let's just say it's a woman's secret.
Very well. Well, your accommodations are already made out over towards the room. And as the three of you walk down that hallway and you open up the doors, you see Reese. I imagine, Reese, are you the type of person who get really comfortable and just kick off your shoes and dunk right up top, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So not ready comfortable, but comfy.
Like, I haven't discarded any clothing, but I have put on one of the complimentary robes.
Of course.
Just
And all...
reclining like Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic
course.
Park.
So all of you walk into this incredibly nice room. I mean, these are the nicest accommodations many of you have had, possibly ever, if not in a very long time. And you see Reese currently lounged out on one of the day beds, feet up on top of the windowsill, just chewing on fruit from a large basket of fruit.
Then you also hear Rurik still talking, even though he doesn't know the return part ended.
Huh.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, they already let him in. Oh, thank you, Mogsby. And Rurik will come out.
Right.
The glass door opens up and there you are. You're all together back in the same place. Yay!
This is
Now let's split up again.
this is a adequate place, I will say.
Adequate. This
Very
place
good.
is fantastic.
How did you get
How did
this?
you get?
Yes, what he was about to say. Maybe.
Oh, Ravi paid for our reservations and up front, and it's really we need to make sure we get him a gift when we go back to Zorsith. I was thinking like something spicy.
Well, I mean, isn't this sort of his gift to us?
I don't know about that.
Oh, I just don't want to be stuck in some eternal loop of gift giving. You know.
I mean, that's in many ways that's what friendship it can be. You know, it's give and take as well as, you know them, you like them, you help them out, you help each other out.
Kyle, perception check, please. Continue.
I'm not sure I would count myself as a friend of Ravi, though. I barely met the guy.
That's fair, but he is our friend. Mine and Kale's and and he looks over at the fact that the old party is no longer with us right now.
It's just you and KL. Kyle, before that, you look around the room, just, checking out the location. There appears to be about 4 points of entry into the room, which also means 4 exits that are visible to you. There's the front balcony that has windows that lead out there, though they are heightened windows for you to step upon, and the balcony is fairly short. It's only about 4 feet off the ground in total, and the landing area is only about a 5-foot by 10-foot location for people to sit out on top of. The 2 far rooms on the right and left-hand side have windows themselves that lead outside, but the 2 rooms on the inside, they do not have any windows at all. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of entry into this location and exit into this location. There's all manner of different spots where you could hide things, hide a person, hide a body, hide any number of different interesting features in this location. Is definitely set up for luxury deliberately, not for efficiency at all. Which is kind of strange considering this is a militarized location.
So, have you guys decided on who gets which room and all that? Because I think we should.
Oh, well, I already put my room right there, right next to the bathroom, so I don't wake you all up at night.
That's fair.
I want the room further away from Barracks. I don't want hearing him snoring all night. I'm used to it.
Directly across.
Yeah, I'll take the one next to you then, Kyle.
Then there are
Preferably
Celia
with a
and
window.
Reese.
I'll take that one.
I'll take the one with less sunlight.
And Kyle, you do notice lying on the bed does appear to be a very nice sword sheath with a few adorning gems a part of it.
That's a nice piece that you get here, Rick. I didn't know you were adding some niceties like this one.
Oh no, I just got that from my package today.
Oh, you got a package.
Yeah, I sent out some mail back in Zorsith, and after Ravi gave the reservation, I set the return address to here at the Barricade.
Okay.
Wait, what was the gift then? Was the gift the scabbard or the room or both?
I mean, if you really think about it, life is a gift.
Oh,
suppose.
shit.
I suppose that's true.
Yes, it's like one of those shitty gifts you get. You really don't want it, but you accept it to be polite, you know.
I have to sleep next to you tonight, don't I? That's fine.
I mean,
Kyle.
there's individual rooms, but
Kyle, as you're kind of looking at the scabbard, stuffed inside the top of it does appear to be a rolled up letter put in there that Rorik unfortunately did not notice with his passive.
I pick up the scabbard Well, may I? And I take out the piece of paper. It seems that. Have you read that?
I mean, that is my. Oh, that was in there, huh?
Yeah. And I would
I was too
just like
busy.
to see if I can perceive who signed the letter. That's the only thing that I want to see.
At the very bottom, the letter is signed Crown Marshal Hayden Dumarog.
Yeah. Take the paper.
Thank you. I didn't wonder who sent this one. And yeah, Rurik will go ahead and probably read it right now just to himself, just because he's curious since he didn't see it before.
I will message you what it says.
Yay. Damn it, Mika. Huh. Rurik says as he, after he's finished reading it, he decides he folds it back up and kind of tucks it into one of his pockets. I didn't expect to get a message from them.
What, your old buddies from back then?
Yeah, very old buddy. Sort of. It's.
How old, buddy?
Old enough that we're about approximately the same age.
Well, I mean,
So
how old period?
400?
What kind of?
Sorry.
What period, old buddy?
The kind of buddy that you respected, but you always competed with. A rival, you could say.
When you were in the military?
Yes. When I was fighting.
So yeah, that is what it details.
Well, in any case, Kale found something interesting on what we were trying to find out during our little scouting session.
Yeah.
Right, I remember you meant. Sorry.
Yes, please go ahead, man.
Right, I remember you mentioned going out to look for coconuts, and I asked about where the grocer was so we can find some.
Well, I think I have found not the grocer, but even the coconut cultivator provider. I don't know how do you want to call it.
Oh, the cultivator of coconuts. That's pretty good in this sort of terrain. That's pretty rare to find.
Apparently here they're all over the place.
We should definitely converse with them and maybe get on their good side. Maybe we might even learn the secret to how he gets those coconuts here. You know.
Well,
has he always been this dense? I mean, is this a new development? Should we be worried?
Wait, who's scurried?
Commit to the bit.
What bit? The bit about coconuts?
Yeah.
Well, actually, so Key is there and keeping an eye out on the place I left him. Though the place I left this coconut cultivator, and let's call this place the Palace of Coconut Tree. There was another person in there who came from the Three-Headed Dog Assembly, to not just call it by its own name. And that worries me.
Any description on the person you saw with the symbol?
I just saw the robe. It was an elder human, if I remember correctly. But that's all the details I could have. Like the entrance of the manor was quite far from the archway. I could see through at that moment.
Elder human. Huh. I don't think he's supposed to be here.
Well, we don't know. Maybe this coconut cult is, colluding with what should the dog factory.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it is. He's well known to be the most hated one in the assembly itself. No one likes him. Everyone wants to get rid of him, but it's really hard to do so.
Well, do you know him?
Yes, well, he's the infamous Sticky Tongue.
Wait, I'm
What was
sorry.
that?
Who?
Sorry, just that sounded. You said an old person. I was thinking that, like, if you need me to cozy up to them, and as one fellow old human to another old human.
Rorik, do you really want to be close to Iketon?
No.
What was that?
No.
Sticky tongue?
No, it's just people
Yeah,
making fun of him.
No, that's
Did he
his.
say
That's his
Sticky
name.
Thong?
It was Trent Sticky Thong. That's his full name. Are you sure that was him though?
The two members that are ruling here, one is an elf, the other is a half elf, so it's impossible to be them. And they are never here. Those two are always somewhere else in their research and are very selfish.
So
Kyle, history check.
And this person here that he saw is the infamous one that people hate and the most vile one, to say the least, of the assembly.
What,
I mean-
what does he look like?
Yeah, describe him, please.
Is there a full description of him? I don't think I got it. There's
So,
only old.
The best description of him is a very a very aged human who looks to be at the very ends of a human's lifespan, with a receding hairline that seems to be like stopped a little short, with pure graying hair that goes down a little bit past his shoulders, a bunch of liver spots all across him as well, and he just has the typical air of like an asshole-ish, rich, obnoxious human.
Yeah,
Does it fit
she'll
with the
describe this to
description?
them. Oh, yeah.
That does sound similar to Sticky Thong, but last time I saw him, he had a full length of hair, like he was compensating for something.
Considering how he keeps backstabbing people and getting backstabbed and trying to betray people and trying to screw everyone over, him losing his hairline is the easiest and lightest thing to happen to him.
Now, Kyle, with a 29 history check, you remember whispers of this individual roughly about 20 or 30 years ago, where some reasonably influential people in the Kryn dynasty wanted to assassinate him as he was one of the main causes for the brutality that happens at the border between Xhorhas. I mean, he does not adhere to any reasonable laws of treatment of other human beings when it comes to slaughtering. They sent 2 assassinations attempts against him 30 years ago with some of the finest Kryn warriors they have. Those warriors died.
Does the description Celia gave fit with what I seen?
Well, absolutely, yeah. That's exactly what he looked like. And the fact that he's wearing assembly garb, openly wearing assembly garb, the only people who do that are people who are not afraid.
Oh, that sounds like him.
Yeah,
Okay.
only the heads dare to wear assembly garb in the open because they will happily dare you to try anything to them.
Well, this is also neutral territory, so you
The
shouldn't.
yeah, well, we couldn't do anything. They could because they have enough influence to move things underhandedly. Satyana, the ruler, the dragon here, cares of her own things.
Well, regardless, I don't. I'd rather not stick my nose in whatever business Sticky Thong has here. It's everyone I know who's gotten wrapped up with business with him has ended up poor for it. Whether it's they lost funds or their lives or something.
Well, most of them their lives, but yeah, true that.
Right. Well, we still have to
Well.
look into this coconut cult. So, who knows? Maybe we find some kind of clue that will tell us.
Maybe. Well, the original plan was something about following them to the destination.
Oh, where they're planting the coconuts. I mean, as long as I don't mind following them there, but as long as we don't like steal anything, because they've grown those coconuts, and we should definitely pay a fair price for it.
Good damage
Did
for
you tell
rank.
him?
Coconut is like the dude you remember the eye of Mikit? Like that's Coconut.
I mean, that's a little rude to compare someone's abnormally large eyes to coconuts. I mean, I've never commented on it, but
I fist spam. Damn it.
Celia has the attitude of like, yep, he's your problem. He's your guy's problem now.
Rick, you have a military experience, right?
yes.
Yes, so you are familiar with the use of code words for certain things.
Oh, so you weren't literally thinking about coconuts and having me make you all pina coladas.
No. Though pina colada sounds, well, strangely appealing. But no, we're not looking for coconuts. We're looking for the Severed King. And we're just calling that the coconut cult because they have this cult, dedicated.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, I knew we were here looking for that, but I thought you all wanted to take a breather and get some coconuts. But yeah, no, that's if you already have leads on it, then let's we should follow up on those.
Exactly.
So, coconut cult seems to be quite commingled with the one you called Sticky Tongue.
Right.
That's actually rather worrying then.
Well, how about we all just get in a few hours of rest here, and later tonight we try to sneak into their place and see what we can find out.
All right, well, remember, we need to be careful because if this coconut cult got creative and started cooperating with Sticky Thong, then, well, things might be much more complicated than we initially assumed.
Well, maybe there are more mixed nuts up in this.
I wouldn't say no to a pina colada still. You made it sound very good.
It is very good. Although for now that we have this fruit and well, I should ask how long the reservation that Ravi gave us is for.
Yeah, Jared, just double checking. Would I know if this hotel is just, the tourist trap hotel, or is this like the John Wick's hotel thing?
This is like the John Wick's hotel thing.
All right, yeah.
Celia, you would be
So-
100% aware of that. If anybody breaks the rules or codes of conduct, they will be executed on site by everybody in the building. And many of the people in this building are very dangerous, very capable individuals. Maybe not on par with you, but collectively, and even individuals might be greater in capabilities than individuals of you. So
Yeah,
it is very much a John Wick situation.
Yeah, she'll just try to warn them again. Make sure to not make any problems here and try not to start any fights or be rude. At least be civil here, because everyone here has the capability to kill anyone. So, worse, but who knows? This place is not as it seems, at least. And if any of you needs something special to use, if you're trying to infiltrate or, do the usual dirty work, just try and tell the concierge about it.
Yeah. Well then, what time is it right now, Jiro?
You guys arrived in New Haxon early day, probably around like 1 p.m.-ish, and after about 4 hours of doing everything up, so mid to late afternoon.
Well, once we get ourselves settled here, what do we want to go investigate the coconut cult tonight, or are we going to take our time with this?
Well, that depends. Should we be a bit hasty about it, or should we play this in a long way?
Well, I will say, from my experience, there's a time for haste, but there's also a time for caution, and this seems like a time for caution with Sticky Thong in the mix.
You know what? I'm gonna do with what I did with Vordvik with Sticky Thong.
Oh, come on.
You don't want
Come
to...
on. This is just Rurik not actually remembering someone's name because he
Or-
doesn't
Yep.
like him.
Rurik used to
Yep.
bully him.
It was,
We
actually,
don't-
it was,
Did you
Hey,
bully
hey.
a nerd?
it was
Damn it.
mutual bullying. It was the nerd bullying the jock in this case.
So
I-
we're
I
all
was-
gonna
I-
get there. We're all gonna call him Sticky Thong.
I was hoping it would be the Vodrick case, because I'm just encouraging them to do it, so it happens.
I know. You won a TPK, I know.
Hey, it's fun. Adversity.
I imagine we get to the Ikathon boss battle and he's like, I will defeat you. And then Rorik's just like, we'll stop you, Sticky Thong. He's like, where did you hear that? I took 20 years to remove that rumor about my name. How do you know?
To be fair, he would have assassinated everybody if he was that petty. Probably
Nah, it's be like
Just-
a Big
Might still be,
Hero
yeah.
6 thing.
But so he's just like, there was a survivor of the purge.
Nah, it'd be like the Big
Interesting.
Hero 6. I spilled wasabi on my shit one time.
This is why you don't make fun of kids in school, guys.
Yes.
The way I see it, we can exercise caution and try to follow these folks in their caravan or however they travel up to the north. Or we can break in and try to steal the location of where we need to go to find the coconut on our own.
The point is, we don't We didn't know what we're looking for, and we wouldn't even know who to follow. So we
Have you
don't
tried
have.
asking?
No, remember he told us that one of the recruiters, the woman, I think, she was supposed to be the one that leads the new recruits towards the place
Mhm.
that they will see the thing. So if we're able to find her, maybe we can. Will be the point that you can track to follow towards the
Ah.
location.
We can just really pretend we're into coconuts, right, Rurik?
Mhm.
Well, we could, although normally I would never suggest sort of playing with someone's emotions and hearts, but maybe either Creve, what if you attempted to woo this recruiter to give you higher level sort of access in a way?
I mean, sure, I could give it a try. I'm sure at some point we'll need to penetrate their defenses anyway.
God damn it. And that's true. At one point, we will have to get to that. Just make sure that when it happens, that we're properly protected from all sides.
Need to know them in and out, you know.
But first, before we get that too, we should probably feel around a bit, you know. Get a feel for what they know and what we need to do.
Yes. Well,
I think
what was her name again? What?
Creve, would you say you're good at getting on the inside?
I certainly enjoy it, and most people I know enjoy it as well.
For the record, Reese, like Rogue means all his stuff literally, like all the innuendo stuff he's saying is going over his head.
Right, well, point me in the right direction and I will see if I can woo this, what was her name? Did we learn her name really? We know she was some kind of recruiter.
There's no. He didn't give us a name. Just how her features
description.
are. Yeah,
Yes, she had a smooth nose and 3 fingers on the left hand.
4 fingers.
4 fingers on each hand, and she has
4
like
fingers fried chicken.
Okay.
yeah,
Hairy. Yeah.
very very hair all over, like everywhere.
Mhm.
And
Actually,
she's very
Creve.
old.
Creve, roll me a history or nature check. Your call.
Dirty
that's
Harry.
Same thing. So, yeah, can I use guidance on it?
Sure.
All right, rolling nature then. Hey.
So there's a group of satyrs that belong to the what is it called? The Court of Noct, that have very white colored fur all across themselves and have very soft features as well. And she seems to match that description. Like the smooth, like downwards shaping nose, the fur all the way across her, everything like that. The 4 fingers, that matches the descriptions of Noct satyrs.
Huh, you know, now that I think about it, she might be a kind of a satyr from, well, the Court of Noct.
What is it?
It does not sound familiar.
Oh, a
what's
satyr
it?
is
No.
is a hoofed individual, but that's not important right now. The Court of Noct is, well, how to put it? What do I know?
Do you
about
remember
them?
from the other game?
Did they show up in there?
You learned about the Court of Noct from Dorzen once. In the other game. That's why I'm asking. It was a long time ago.
Yeah,
You were Sir Uric back then. Okay, do you
Yeah.
want me to tell you? Because you would be
Yeah,
aware of
sure.
at least the court system.
Yep.
The Court of Noct are the individuals that represent the old Winter Court, what is now the Court of Noct, as they favor the time periods where the sun is sunken most often, and many of them have ties to divination, astrology, as the Court of Noct likes to study the expanse of the skies, as well as the stars and the relationship of different planes as they correlate towards one another. They are
Right.
less playful than other courts in particular, though they are incredible spokespeople that are very persuasive. Like, they are incredibly good at charming people.
I see. Well, they are a sort of a branch of the Winter Court, I guess you can say. I'm fairly interested in astrology and divination, but well, they're good at charming people. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what sort of reason she might have for being here, but well, one more reason to go find out, I suppose.
Yeah, though that sounds like good skills for a recruiter. Being charming
Yes.
and have skills to detect people and have a knack to find the right recruitees.
All right.
So
What?
what do you think we should do?
Well, fuck it. If no one comes up with anything, I'll just go out of here and look for her.
Well, I mean, from what you said, like, she's this. I'm not quite sure what I said. You said it was a hoofed being. You said they're dangerous, but do you know how to handle satyrs? Because I mean, from what you were saying, they're like very rare. Like, we wouldn't know what a satyr like would even look like, except
No,
I guess
it's very difficult to handle one. I barely do it every day.
you do it every. You
I
do
said
it every day.
I said I barely do it every day.
Well,
What? I'm confused.
Yes, me too. Well,
I am as well.
What
No,
satyr are you?
what?
You're handling a satyr on a daily basis?
Well, you know, I have connections. It's not important, really.
Well, if anything, what I might suggest if I was to look at this from a military standpoint is we go along with having Creve. You would make contact with the recruiter to try to feel out that information, you know, just get in there. Kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like really get in there, elbow deep.
Right.
Well, maybe even more so, but anyways.
This whole operation will take some balls, I can say that much.
That's fair. You have to really be courageous to.
Sorry, Jero.
But we make contact there, so we have an inside man, and whereas we also do preliminary reconnaissance to understand the layout of the locations that we'd have to go to.
Yeah, we really want to pump them for information, you know?
Yeah, you know,
I
and if
really want to
anything-
suck the life out of this old man.
And if you really think you can handle it, Creve, like, just keep working her for info until eventually it's all. You have it all.
It just all spills out.
Exactly.
Well, we'll see how this goes down.
We'll end up with a whole lot in our face.
All right. Well,
So, with me suppressing the need to have an aneurysm and all of you coming up with some type of plan, I think we're going to go ahead and go on break now, everybody. So we will be right back. Don't forget to like, hello, and welcome back, everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out oh so very, very much to continue to expand and make sure that this top-quality entertainment can come your way. Yeah, I know it's not top quality, but hey, we get a lot of dick jokes. Anyways, if you want to support us further, consider becoming a member here on YouTube, or if you're interested in joining us inside of any of our games or in our community on Discord, you can join us on Patreon in order to gain those benefits. But without further ado, here we are. Everyday worker. God damn it, I hate you all. Where last we left off, the party had met back up together. Kyle expressing the odd individual that he came across, the one that you all later found out was Trent Ikathon. And Rorik brought Reese, okay, I'm trying, over to a location that Ravi paid for all of you to stay at. This location is called the Barracks. Once you got inside, it's one of the most lavished places in all of New Haxon, possibly this entire side of the continent of Wildemount as well. And you got your very nice high-quality rooms where Rorik then opened up a parcel that contained a letter to, that he found out later, as well as a scabbard to a sword. The party all met back up at this location, thanks to a little bit of assistance from the Wind Scribe, who apparently is not a dick, or that much of a dick, who knows. Anywho, as you all got over there and met back up together, that is when Rorik discovered the second letter that Kyle gave him, and all of you started crafting your devious yet ingenious plan of, well, if you need to woo someone, Creve, just try to fuck it. And, well, we'll see how that goes for you. But anyways, I interrupted you all in the middle of all of that, so go ahead, players.
And that's the gist of the plan. What do you think? I mean, Creve, this is. We wouldn't force you to go into this, and this task might be hard on you.
Well, I've handled hard things before. So shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Well, if anything, we should also come up with a code word in case things get desperate and you need to pull out, you know?
Right. It's a very good plan, yes. We have to.
I have no idea. Reese is laughing a little bit, but like the coconut thing, he's like, just Rorik, no?
Yeah, Creep's also wondering at this point. Right. Well, the first order of business, I suppose, is we need to find out where she can be found. Well, I mean, we have sort of the general area, I suppose, but
I might be able to help with that.
okay.
Or find someone who could help with that. Go to the bell, I'll just do one ding!
Ding! Settle it. By the time you turn around, room service.
That's quick help. Open the door.
You open the door, and an individual pushes a cart inside that has a handful of nice vegetables and steak on it, prepared for food. The individual takes off their hat and smiles at you all. Hello, room service. Is there any way I could be of assistance to you?
Well, I would like to, I don't know how to express it in character, but I would like to find a better thief count way to tell we need to find a person, and those people are the one who will tell you who you need to find.
You're trying to inquire about one of our many guests here in the city. May I have a description of this guest?
Grave, you might know better. It's a odd-looking woman with a furry hair, like furry face and flat nose and all that.
Flat nose, 4 fingers, very hairy. A handy little clasp that she usually carries.
A satyr, if you know what those are.
Very aware, sir. Yes, of course. Now, if you need me to construct some type of messenger out towards them, I'm more than capable of handling that for you, of course. Though you do have to pay our messenger's fee. Though, if what you are inquiring is to get known whereabouts of the individual currently, or to keep tabs on their known whereabouts here inside of the city, the fee would be a bit more substantial, of course. But we are more than happy to connect you with any of your friends or inquiries.
Yeah,
So
let's take. Yeah,
How much to say? Point us in the right direction.
Well, if you're inquiring about the known whereabouts of the individual, that is, well, you have to pay a premium for the service as well, so we're looking at just about 3 knuckles. Kyle, a knuckle is 100 gold.
Oh, wow.
Right. Well, I'm sure we could afford that.
Would you like us to add it to your running tab?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, our friend Ravi, how long did he reserve the rooms for us?
All of you were given the reservations at his bequest for 2 days. However, if you wish to extend your stay here, we will then alter the meanings of our deal and contract to be associated with one of your names and houses. Of course, we've already made contact with all of the information we need for any of you, so it would be a very easy and quick process for us to connect any outlying fees, expenditures, or dealings to your family. Kyle, that is Thieves' Cant 4. If you don't pay your tab at the end of this, we already know who you are and where your family is.
Oh, thank you. That's good to know.
Of course.
Very reliable service.
As always, that is what we aspire to here.
Oh,
I give a no look to Rurik. A no look.
Like, I'm assuming Rurik's so focused on this guy, he doesn't see, like, Kale's no look.
Probably.
Before my memory escapes me here, I'll leave you your tip now as well, and gives him a gold piece.
We are appreciative of that. If you do wish for us to find the exact whereabouts and give you that information, please do not hesitate to ring yet again. They take the cart and start leaving.
So well, hold on. Before we actually commit to this, we can let them leave. We already know where they are a large amount of the time, which is near the garrison. We learned that last week. We can try that first before spending 300 fingers, knuckles, in order to, determine whether or not we need to know more.
Well, if you require our service to know their whereabouts, all you have to do is ask. Though, if you are fully aware and capable of handling it yourself, we do encourage guests to take things into their own hands in any manner of different capacities or ways. This is his Thieves' Cant way of saying, yeah, if you're looking to find out where they live, that's going to cost you. But sure, you can look around town.
I assume your sommelier is still the same person, aka arms dealer.
Of course.
Of course. Oh, okay. If there's anything else, then we'll ring the bell to inform you of if any of us change our mind.
Please do not hesitate. Warwick, you were trying to say something?
Oh, just Rurik was gonna ask how much the cost of the extension was.
Well, our services are usually rendered out for 1 knuckle a night if you need to stay here, though if you like to buy in bulk, we can do weekly deals for about 5 knuckles. Of course.
Oh, that seems like a good deal.
Of course.
I'm not quite sure how much a
No,
knuckle is,
Luke.
but I think we can afford it.
No.
It's the no, Luke.
No.
He looks
Oh,
at the
is it-
measly 1 gold you tipped him and back up. Please, I recommend that you discuss this with your friends and allies before making any permanent decisions. It would be in everybody's best interest that there is no outstanding balances at the end of our union and work together. But if that'll be all, I will see you.
May I just ask you a question?
Yes, of
I'm
course.
wondering who I should address regarding the overarching management of this establishment, and this is the Sifkan to ask if it belongs to any given association, such as the Class or the Myriad or something like that.
If you're looking for upper management, I can always get you in contact with that. But the Barracks has an array of different managers that work for us at this particular location. The Barracks is their organization. They do not belong to any direct affiliation. They are neutral in all dealings. This is neutral territory in its truest, finest creation. I want to speak to the manager.
This pillow isn't fluffy enough.
Kyle Wren.
Oh, God.
We've been waiting for it. So anyways, is that going to be all? I would like to take this meal to our next guest, if possible, before it gets a little cold.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you very much.
Yeah, sure.
Of course. Would you all like to put in an order for your meals as well?
We can ring again, can't we, if we need you?
They take out a stack of menus, thank you, and hands it over to you, Rorik. Take your time inquiring about anything that we have at our disposal that you would be interested in getting. Take care. And they then leave.
Rorik, a knuckle is 100 gold.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my, that's quite a bit. Like the only,
Or
I mean,
if
it's
you look at it,
understandable.
if you look at it, it's not that expensive if you are to give your knuckle, because that's what they will take if you don't pay them. That's the reason
I mean-
why it's called that way.
Wait, he'll give me 100 gold if I don't pay him? That
No,
doesn't seem like good
five-
business practice.
15 knuckle, it's your hand. 3 gold per finger.
Oh wow.
If you owe them 15 knuckle, they'll take your hand. That's it.
Huh. That seems rather
And-
sketchy for a place like this.
That's common practice. I've cut a few hands myself.
Really?
What?
Man, I didn't realize how out of touch with modern inns and stuff I was.
No, this is a special one. It's neutral for a reason, and nothing can change it.
Still, 100.
If you knuckleheads are finished discussing this, maybe we could get back to the matter at hand. Or knuckle, if you will.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So, go
we
ahead.
have the general sense of where she might be, so why don't we, instead of spending money, then me and Kale and anyone else who really wants to accompany us, go over there and see if we can spot her. Or
I mean,
Why not?
I think that the most of us being there would be like it's the most eyes on the prize, the fastest we'll see and catch her. So the most ideal situation is that we just go into this area, we spread out in the place, and first to catch a glimpse of her, try to follow her. Maybe not Rurik, but at least the other not noisy ones.
Right. Well, I think we should also keep in mind that they might know that all of us make a group. I mean, we did arrive together, and they probably have agents at the port. If we're already suspecting them to have infiltrated the guards, then it's a fair
Well,
assumption.
is there anyone we can ask to kind of to confirm those, or?
Well, sure. But for now, let's just go out there and look, I think.
Right.
All right, let's go.
Alrighty. So, you all leave the room. Is anybody taking any extra fruit with them as they are going?
I'll take a, one of those branches of grapes.
About taking a lemon and cutting it open and like squeezing it at somebody's eye if I need to.
Hey, that's a tactic. All right.
Right?
They do have lemons in here for a reason.
Yeah,
The
I'm
most
gonna take a
deadly of
lemon.
fruit.
Rurik takes a couple limes that are probably there too, just in case we do find actual coconuts. So, pina colada.
God.
Yes.
We gotta look at the clothing that the hand were wearing in that large group. Did we not?
Are you talking about
asking
the
'cause
individual?
Yeah, like if there's any sort of like joining factor symbol that they were wearing.
Yes,
Yeah.
all of them had somewhere on their person an emblem of a hand. It could be embroidered, it could be a pin, it could be a button, but it is a symbol of an open hand facing out.
Awesome. Because I've got my glamour armor, so I'm gonna change my armor and make it have like a little hand on it.
Okay.
And
Glamour
then
is
maybe
so
like
good.
a high five on the other shoulder. Like just two hands going like this.
Clap on.
Oh, please don't make them clap. That's just breaking my shoulder. Clap.
So, as all of you are leaving, you do see Mogsby downstairs as you are walking out, and he looks over. I hope all of you made all of your, well, any dealings that you wish to make while you were established here. Is there any special inquiries that we should know about for security purposes?
Well, if anyone comes
people-
looking for any of us, let us know, will you?
Very well. Would you like me to take any letters or to let your whereabouts known to anybody inquiring either?
Maybe not
No.
let them know exactly which room we have and such.
But to let them know that you are here.
I look at the group.
That seems a rather weird service, but I mean, if that's common in these sort of places nowadays.
Of course.
They'd rather keep our whereabouts unknown.
Very well. We will be sure that that is taken in all seriousness. Take care of yourselves while you are out there. We look forward to you all coming back tonight. And they just keep cleaning the establishment. So, you all walk out of the barracks and back out into the streets. Oh, wrong one. Nope. Oh, wrong part of the world. Sorry. You know what? Fuck it. D&D music. So,
Well then.
you all... Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was just about to kick it off, but no,
Go
if
for it.
you're gonna have us.
I
go
was
there,
literally about to ask, what are you doing? So go ahead.
Well then, let's be on our way, I guess. Where's the last place that you saw her?
We've never seen her.
Oh,
Oh,
No, if I can get closer to the place I've been before, and we can get there quite quietly. I may ask if she's seen anything while sitting up there.
Well, if you said if they have the base of operations, and so one of us can just simply ask where to meet this recruiting lady. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it's just simple
I'm
questions
not
like that.
I'm not sure that the best way to get into a cult, as obvious might be, is to ask right away. It's probably the best way to get killed trying to get into a cult, actually.
Well, we could all, as I mentioned previously, we could try and come off as potential recruits. So,
So for that, we need to find her.
well, that's what we're trying to do anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, and that's what we ask the members that we find.
what do you mean?
Well, you mentioned that there was people walking around, members or something, right?
Yeah, so we're in the area that we went to earlier today. They have a, sort of like a whole district of the town, it seems.
I assume
Well, then
walking and talking.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then let's just head there and ask. There's nothing wrong with asking for, if you want to be a member or something. In fact, that's probably the right sort of way
Yeah,
to.
sure. What do you want to ask? Like, hey, that's a fancy hand. How can I get one myself?
Well, I mean, you said it was a cult or something, so we just say, I'm just kind of the same thing that the one who helped me find my faith sort of brought in. I asked them just, hey, I'm having a rough time in my life, but I heard this was, something that could help me with that. Who do I need to talk to?
All right.
If you want to die, be my guest. You're old enough now.
So here's a question: have any of you belonged to any cults in the past, backstory-wise?
No.
My backstory is about the cult.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's right, Celia. Yeah, you have that. So usually when recruiting takes place, they do look for people who have nothing to lose or who are beyond frustrated at the circumstance that they are living in. And then they will approach you, inquire a little bit, and in the true salesperson fashion, offer you something that is ridiculous. But those people who are most easily manipulated and swayed are usually coaxed into that situation.
Yeah, so I'll just lightly tell them that, well, the cults usually look for you, especially if you have nothing to lose. You're frustrated enough of everything, the world, whatever you want, and you have nothing to look forward to in your life. They approach you and take advantage of you.
Maybe like that guy on the ship then, who came here with us, the soldier guy.
Well, that guy has his dreams about being part of the garrison, so.
Oh, you mean Frederick? I don't know if that's his actual name, Jero, but I assume
Sure.
Eric would have learned his name.
Yeah,
now.
Frederick sounds good.
Well, sure, if that's his name. He seemed like he was a bit down on his luck and trying to find a new place for himself in life. Maybe they've marked him for recruitment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll approach him, put up some deals, some stories, slowly try to sway his mind. And if they really want the person, they'll try to make circumstances desperate enough that they have no choice but to join. Also, I hope Rurik properly covers his shield unless like we have like this big gleaming symbol of the crystal
Oh
dragon.
no, that's
behind
one of the
us.
reasons why I put in the chat about the cloak, because with the cloak, you know, you can cover your shoulders, and with Rurik, he can cover the shield with it.
Mhm.
Quasimodo.
That
Alrighty, so
Okay.
you're walking into.
did you say
What were you
anything? Or?
No, I just said Quasimodo.
Oh,
Of
okay.
Breaking an old man, Arctor man.
Ah, now I got you. Oh yeah, I forgot about
mean,
that anime.
I'm not hunched, but
Well,
But
no,
you
you
have
have a
a shield on
giant
your back.
shield on your back, which looks like a
Yeah.
turtle shell. It's a big shield. It's not like a little buckle shield. It is,
That's
a
fair.
symbol.
well, I mean, I imagine it'd be something like Link in Ocarina of Time with the Hyrule shield. Young Link.
Well, anyway,
Anyways.
let's get the show on the road.
All right,
Sorry.
so you're walking into town. If I understand this correctly, someone suggested the hard up on your luck, try to get recruited approach, and everyone else. I mean, how do you want to go about this? And you don't have to stick together to do this. I mean,
No, I'm not gonna go together with the whole group. I'm going to try and use my criminal contact and see if they can track them down for me, or tell me at least where they are.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the one that gets recruited since my face would probably be familiar enough in this town, one way or another. So I'll probably just try to follow if they start going this, trying to. Well, what was the word again? Disguise themselves as and into joining the club. I'll keep an eye on them from a distance, hidden.
So you're watchful. You're stealthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm
The
And
going-
how
watchdog.
about you, Reese?
I'm going right in. We'll see what happens.
So just into the district, or like
Like into the garrison, more or less, because we know that there's a bunch of people. Now I understand what the garrison area, I should say, not the actual.
yeah,
garrison
it's the
itself.
entire section of town. It's like
Yeah.
Southeast Philadelphia. It's
Yep, and I'm gonna look for other people with hand symbols on them and just sort of hang around and see what happens.
Okay. So
Yeah.
are you trying to blend in with them, or are you just trying to watch them carefully?
I'm gonna try to blend in with them and see if I can't get myself pulled into whatever's happening.
Kyle, how about you? What's your approach in all of this?
I would first like to get my owl back to see if she's seen anything, and then I would like to. Oh yeah, that's something that I can do. I didn't remember that actually.
Yeah. You can bamf it
and-
right back.
Yeah, and depending on what you've seen and what she'll tell me, I take my decision.
All right. So your owl will express to you that the nerd walked out of the building, and the old man was still inside, but then there was a couple of other individuals that went in as well, and they have not come back out yet. It's only been about 2 hours since that, hour and a half since that time, so yeah.
Can I have a description of the couple of people who get in?
They looked kind of homeless, like rags. They wore clothing that looked like it was previously good, a bunch of bumps, bruises, other choice things. But again, he didn't see the old man in there anymore. She didn't see the old man in there anymore.
So interesting event. There are some kind of homeless people getting into this place where the nerdy guy and sneaky fish was, and I don't know if they are recruits or if they're just invited there, but it might be a lead, and I will send a key to get back in the same place and keep an eye out for
Have it roll a
this
stealth check.
same area. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So, yeah, Warwick.
Homeless. I've been in my travels before I met all of you and stuff. Some people called me homeless, so maybe I can blend in.
Yeah.
Sure you can.
All right.
And I would like, although, to alter save myself to look like a homeless-ish fellow. And
Disguise
sit
self?
in a... No, alter self.
Alter self?
Yeah, my key can do that.
Can you roll that in
So it's
chat
not
for
an
me?
illusion.
Because usually when like alter self happens, it's usually like claws and teeth and shit. So like I just want to read what it does outside of claws and teeth and shit. A lot, apparently. Okay. You assume the different form when you cast the spell. Choose. Okay, so choose one of the following options, the effects of which last for the duration. So,
Basically,
do
the
any
whole
of these
first-
make you look homeless? I mean, they make you look aquatic.
In the
No,
middle, there's
it's-
the one called change appearance. You
Yeah.
transform your appearance,
Oh,
decide what you look like, including height, weight, facial features, sound of voice, hair length, coloration, and distinguishing characteristics.
okay. So that is a lot better than disguise self, except it's concentration.
Yeah.
So okay,
It's a
yeah.
direct upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
direct, and
cool.
it's not an illusion, so you cannot see through this.
Exactly.
As you can
So
see through an illusion.
Kyle just becomes some like hunched over little goblin-looking person, and goblin as in like our sense, not goblin folk.
Does he do
Alrighty,
it stealthily?
So, more than likely.
He's like, oh, well, I mean, so Kale, you were going, Kale? Excuse me, sir. Look goes at Kale. Have you seen a palish elf? He was just with us. Did you take a wrong turn?
God damn it, Furrick.
So, at the ripe age of 70-something, Rorick has lost object permanence officially.
Well, he said he did it stealthily, so I figured that I wouldn't have seen it.
Sure.
I don't have a great passive perception.
Oh, sure. Hey, it's your character, man. Okay then. So, Creve, you're going into town to try to look for her, right?
Yep.
All right. Roll me an investigation check, please. Reese, you're trying to get in there and act like all of them. You can either roll a performance or a stealth check. Your call.
Do I roll a stealth check as well, since I'm just looking after them?
Yeah. Yes, you do, but you have to choose who you're following because everybody's going to different areas.
Mm. Mm.
Reese, did you roll?
Shit, that's a horrible roll. Yeah. But yeah, I'll probably just look after Rurik since.
Reese, can you hear me? Okay, can you roll performance or stealth? Your call.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. I do like my performance check, but I also like my stealth check.
Your
Which
call.
one should I do?
Do you want to blend in with them, or do you want to not be noticed by them?
Oh, I'll blend in with them, so that looks like performance to me.
Yes, it is.
Bam. 25.
Alrighty. Warwick, I need you to give me a, are you trying to make them see you as a homeless person, or are you trying to be unseen as a homeless person?
No, Rurik already assumes that he looks relatively homeless, even if he doesn't. So he's gonna, like, maybe he'll smear some dirt and stuff on him, but, like, you know, he already thinks that he's got a good sort of, like, look going. He's old. People don't think old people can
Okay.
do a lot of
So-
things sometimes.
So, back to the question. Are you trying to appear to them as homeless, or are you trying to move through here unseen as homeless? Are you doing a performance or a stealth check?
Oh fuck.
Yep.
I guess it would have to be performance.
All right,
Shit.
so you are deliberately trying to be seen as somebody who is very homeless in this situation. Somebody who looks hard up on their stuff. Okay.
Can I
Go
do
ahead and roll.
deception instead? I mean, doesn't matter. It's the same.
All right. And Kyle, are you just moving through here trying to keep an eye on things? Are you trying to get discovered by them, or are you just trying to sneak on through? Your call.
So I might take some kind of a risky path, and I
Okay.
would like to play the pickpocket homeless people and make a bit of money while doing so. So
Okay.
those are cultists, so I would like to walk around as a homeless dude, do some pickpocketing. If I can get caught, that's worth it. If I don't, that's worth it also.
All right. So roll me a stealth check then. You're trying to do this unseen.
I have advantage on those.
All right. Yep. So you are holding the key right now, if you have advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Let's start with you, Creve.
And I'm also like pickpocketing.
Let's start with you, Creve. As you are moving through here, trying to keep a watchful eye, you do start picking up on the presence of a lot of individuals around here that look a little hard up on themselves. You know, not really the shop owners or any of the people with the symbols on them. And you also pick up that many of those people with the symbols on them are deliberately wearing things to make themselves look nicer. Not like they actually are that class, like, you know, upper middle class-ish, but more like they're just trying to put on that type of performance for everybody in this location. While you're moving through here, you do come across Franklin is what we decided on, right? Franklin was his name? Franklin, that's what we'll call him, from the ship.
Oh, right, yeah. Frederick,
All right.
I think it was.
Frederick, okay. Yeah,
Right.
Franklin sounds way too cool. Has to be a Frederick. You do come across Frederick, who's like kind of lying in the gutters. He's gotten the shit kicked out of him. He doesn't appear to have any of his actual belongings with him anymore. His clothes are already tattered, worn, torn. And you also see the presence of that satyr helping him right now inside of the alleyway. She seems to be tending to a couple of his wounds, picking him up, assisting him with many different things. And, yeah, she seems to be looking around and, you know, acting very, very, very nice to him, inside of that alleyway. Now, are you trying to be undiscovered by them? If so, roll me a stealth check.
No, I'm just gonna go up and or walk sort of like past them and then act as if I'm noticing and then just, hey, Frederick, is that you?
He looks up and his left eye is like almost completely swollen over. Yeah, it's me. It's me.
You look like shit, man.
Creve.
And I move closer and then I look at the satyr and just.
She looks over at you and her eyes narrow and then like flare up with a little bit of like,
But I must say, you don't. What's a girl like you doing on a plane like this?
Oh, you're silly. I'm just here to help out some hard up people in the area. Here. Your name was Frederick? Yeah. Here, let me. Do you want to help me out real quick?
Oh, sure. Yes.
Yeah. Grab his other arm. And, you know, you both stand and help him up to his feet. Oh, you are really roughed up right now. Here, why don't you come with me? I have a place right around the corner. We'll get you something to eat and we'll get you something to drink. Nothing terribly strong, though, of course. I mean, unfortunate.
Yes. I'll come with help you, Frederick. It seems like you've been running into some bad luck.
Well, I would never refuse the assistance of a friend of his to help him out as well. Lilpa, by the way, and she sticks out her hand towards you.
Can you write that? Lilpa, okay.
Lilpa.
And my name is Creve. Yes, I'm actually giving her the real name.
Yeah. Pleasure to meet you. Alrighty. So it's just around the corner here. As this is happening, Celia, you're kind of like further back watching this transpire, and Kyle, you're in a different alleyway currently, like walking amongst other people and watching this as well, while Rorik and Reese have moved to like a different section of this little area. And the three of them are now walking deliberately over towards the south wall. So, you said, what am I doing in a plane like this? Very funny. To be expected from, which court?
Well, I guess at this point it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, it rarely ever does. You grew tired as well?
Yeah, something like that.
It was quite boring. Wanted to come here and do
Yes.
something else. Do something greater, you know?
Right, yes. So you weren't, like, forced to come here?
No,
No.
I had assistance in coming here with her friend. They made a couple of deals with me, and luckily I was able to trick the court into allowing me out. I just didn't want to sit there and study astrology. It's kind of very boring.
Yes, I can see how that works. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, everything has its luster for a little bit, but yeah, well, except some things.
Nothing really hits quite the same way as just helping out a good person. Celia, Kyle, are you following?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You walk over towards the south wall, and you do see that there appears to be a little bit of a hostel-like location in this area. And as you are walking through, Creve, you notice kind of built into a couple of the shutters is the symbol of the hand as well, but it's blended in to make it less obvious. I don't have any of the money anymore. They took my purse. Oh, don't worry about that. It's a hostel. We accept everybody here who needs it, okay? Thank you. Really wasn't expecting people to be this nice here. Yeah, sometimes it gets difficult to find good folk, huh? And you walk into the front doors where you see that there's a handful of other individuals working right now. There's rows and rows of beds just within about 4 feet of one another, and bunk beds on top of them as well. All in open space and area with a public little section to like clean your hands and stuff like that. And the three of you go over towards one of the beds, and she places him onto it. All right, now lay down here. We're going to go get you some food, okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. How are things going for you, Creve?
Oh, I don't know, you know. I suppose better than you, but it's,
one of these days the stars will fix my alignment a little bit, eh?
yes, that's probably true. Yeah, do you know who did this to you, or?
It was just a couple of people in town. They started hollering after me after I found my way in this area. They seemed pretty upset. I had my Empire symbol on my weapon, and then they just attacked me. They took everything, of course.
Right. Well, it's not much, but here, you can have this. And I'm taking my spear that I've never used and giving.
Wait, you have a spear?
Yeah. you can have this. I never use it. Just take it. It's better for you.
as you hand it to him, she kind of like reaches out and grabs it. No weapon on any of the guests that stay at the hostel. It's just to ensure people cannot get hurt. I'll put it up with one of the cabinets in the front, okay? You can get it when you're ready to leave. I suppose that's the custom here.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Do you want to come get a little bit of the bandages for me? Strong men like yourself, you can carry it. Come on.
Sure, I'd like to help you a little bit.
Kyle and Celia, are you entering into the hostel or are you staying outside? Keep in mind, you do see the symbol of the hand is on the shutters.
As for me, I'll keep an eye outside to see like if there's any of the other 3 rope people that will pass by or not. Just keeping a lookout here. If there's shit going on, and then I'll go in.
Okay. Kyle?
Is it some kind of like, are there people coming in and out, or is it controlled?
It's not really actively having people come in and out. Roll me. What's your passive again? 19.
19.
There are people like across the street and around the area kind of like keeping an eye on the location, but they're definitely not directly engaging with it.
I sneak my way. I just sneak my way in. Keep an eye on Creed.
Okay.
While
Well,
being
all right.
somehow
So,
like. Go ahead. I would just say like, I blend in the environment.
very well. So you move in there. You find yourself a open bunk that nobody seems to have taken. And just sit down on it. You do come across hostels like this all across Xhorhas. They're just environments where nobody asks you anything, nobody bothers with anything. However, before dusk happens, they do a full pat down to make sure nobody's smuggling in weaponry where other people are going to be sleeping, for the safety of everybody here. A hostel, yeah. It's like a hotel that you don't have to pay for, but it's very unaccommodating. It's a hostel. Like those terrible movies. Yeah. Sorry, that's how you spell it. Alrighty, so back to you, Creve. You walk with her and you walk directly past Kyle, who's like moving in over to sit in that location. And she goes over to the front desk where you see that there's currently an orcish individual with his feet propped up, much in the same way that Reese had his feet propped up. And she just hands him the spear. Please put that down for bunk number 13. Yep, no problem, Lupo. And she looks back over at like Kyle, who just walked in. And I assume it's okay if I bring a little extra for him as well? Yeah, you're fine. No worries. Thank you.
So, is this your kind of, is this your operation here, sort of? This hostel?
No. It's just one of the few good places in town that is trustworthy. So I decided to help out people who get here. You know, a lot of people find it difficult to last here very long when they arrive. So I'm just trying to help out.
No, it's a noble goal.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
to be honest, I've sort of been, what do you call it? A bit uncertain what I should be doing, you know. But it seems like you found your calling in life.
Of course. You're walking around a corner where you see that there is some working staff currently like cooking some general food in the kitchen. And as she walks through there, she picks up a tray and puts it in your hands. Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, it's always difficult to find your calling in life. You always have to try. Something out there is meant for you. Meant for everybody. And,
Right,
well,
of course.
you just need to find it. Of course, I don't want to be preaching to people who are doing that. I like helping. And she picks up a bowl of some gruel-looking just slosh that it'll get you your calorie count for the day, but it will not taste going down. As well as a large glass or cup, wooden cup of water, and then we just need to get a couple of extra blankets and things and bandages right here. She goes over towards a cabinet and unlocks it with a key that she has. Okay, come on in. And she moves inside of this walk-in cabinet that has a bunch of medical equipment and, accommodations.
Mm-hmm.
You step in?
Yeah.
Okay. As you get in, she looks back at you and then twists her hand and a mage hand shuts the door. I don't know what you're getting at, but this is my territory. You're not welcome here. This is mine.
What? Not welcome.
Listen,
You
I've
brought
talked
me
to
in
the other
here.
ones. You are not welcome in my territory. It's mine. I'm the one
You're
working
trying-
for them.
I'm not trying to conquer your territory. If anything, I'm trying to conquer you.
Roll a deception.
I have a seduction. Oh shit!
God, you weren't joking. Okay. She kind of glares at you for a moment. This is mine. I've worked very hard to position myself here. I've made sure no other Fae come into this territory. It is mine. I've been working here for 5 years. Okay? You understand?
Yes. I'm not here to take your things.
She starts taking some bandages and tossing it down. So what court are you anyways? Or were you?
Well, let me just double check my biography. I have to.
Take down sticky dong, sugar.
Yeah. Well, if you really must know, I sort of used to be part of the summer court.
The Sumas.
Right. It never felt really much like home.
What, are you saying you're not a partying fuckboy that wishes to get everything handed to them?
Oh, well, no comment, but I sort of wanted. I mean, being a partying fuckboy has some perks now and then, you know? And not just for oneself, but for others as well.
You're so charming.
No, I know.
The court of Sumas and the court of Nacht were always opposed to one another, since one is almost lawful and the other is partying fuckboys. So, I mean, there's definitely been intertwining, but they've always been oppositions, different sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Fine. Well, if you really don't have any ill intent here, anybody in this hostel is under my guard.
Right.
And you may help me, but I'm not going to throw you any bones that easily, sir. Your wiles may work wonders with all of these, but I have the patience of a Trent. Understood?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm up for a challenge now and then, you know.
Now she takes the large blanket and a few bandages and ointments, and then her mage hand opens the door. Well, scoot on.
Well, yes.
She playfully kicks you in the ass as you're moving. It's a satyr's way of affection.
Yeah.
So you walk out of here. Kyle, you find yourself over towards one of the areas and sit down. And I think this will be where we transition over to Reese and Rorik. Reese, you walk around this section of town for a little bit before slowly blending in with all of the other hands. And one of them looks you up and down do I fucking know you? Then you just give the typical dude, seriously? Yeah, my bad. Long day. And yeah, you're blending in with a small crowd. However, that small crowd notices a hunched over old man walking over towards one of the alleyways, and they all smile and, well, it might be a lucky day. We might get 3 out of them. And just looks around. Come on, we're gonna go take it. And they just go skipping over to Rorik.
Meanwhile, Rorik is actually hunched over a little bit because just his back's hurting. He's got his staff out. Oh god. Oh, back. Oh, that looks like a good place to sit down and rest a bit. That alley, out of the way. Oh.
So, Reese, as you're hanging out with this group of 3 other cultists, they all turn towards one another and kind of like off to the side, peeking around. All right, rock, paper, scissors, who gets him?
What do you mean? Who are you getting?
Come on. Seriously. Tired of all of these newbies joining us. It's rock, paper, scissors. Whoever gets it gets to take a shit.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, well, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Come on, let's go. And all 4 of you are going to play rock, paper, scissors together.
Oh, all right. I'll play too. See who gets Rorik's shit.
Is there any special thing you're going to try to do with all of this?
Rock, paper, scissors isn't necessarily a fair game.
Boulder, parchment, shears. Yes, you are correct.
Boulder, parchment, shears. Yeah. Let me see.
Sorry, Rorik, but you do appear exactly like an easy target. Joke's on them, but you appear exactly like
It's probably fine. I'm gonna throw scissors, but I'm gonna use it to cast a message to Rorik and tell him to move. Like,
okay.
So I cast a message. Go somewhere else. You're a target for some people are trying to rob you, man. Go.
All right.
What?
So, Boulder is 1, Parchment is 2, Shears is 3. You've chosen 3, so now we're gonna roll to see who is going to take it on. All right. So, Boulder beats Shears. Paper. Shears ties it. Yeah, and just shit. It didn't work. All right, again. So yeah, Warwick, you hear that?
Thing happened in one of the critical role sessions.
Yeah, it did. That's why I'm laughing. It's like, oh god.
All right, I'll throw shears again. Rorik, I'm serious. Fucking move.
All right, so Parchment, you beat. Boulder beats you, and then Parchment you beat. But Parchments also beat Boulder, and they all go, fuck! Alright, this doesn't work when we all go at the same time. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10.
Oh, why do
Whoever
you
guesses the right
Hold on, I'm gonna do some social engineering here. Why do you get to think of the number?
Yeah, why do you get to pick the number? What? Fine, you get to pick the number. Alright, fine, I'll pick the number. Got it.
What about me? Can I pick a number?
Warwick just walks up. Yeah. Reese, roll me a perception check.
Sure.
So I couldn't help but hear that you guys were having trouble deciding something, and I thought maybe I could come and help out.
11. The guy who is now picking the number, he counted on his fingers kind of low to his side because he can't count without his fingers up to 4.
Oh, great.
Okay. Just go back, sit down, old man. They look him up and down, realizing he's actually kind of fucking big. Like,
Hey, well, I mean, if you want to like sit down and discuss about it, I mean, I have some tea here. I don't mind sharing with you.
all right, guys, pick your number. They all keep looking over at him.
I'll go with 4.
Wait, is it between 1 and 10? Oh, sorry. You wanted me to sit down.
The other one goes, 11. 3. I'm gonna pick 4. No, you can't pick what they picked. 5. Shit. Picked 4. All right, new guy. Pat you on the back, and they all just like walk a little bit further away.
All right. Rourke, I'm gonna need you to hand me your sword. Just, just.
Wait,
just
Reese,
hand it
is
to
that?
me.
Oh, Reese, is that you?
Yeah. I'm just chilling with the guys.
Oh
We
man,
played this
I
new
hardly...
game. We apparently rob people after playing
Oh.
really bad games of chance.
That's huh. I mean,
Right?
if you need my sword, sure, here.
Yeah,
Better to defend yourself with, right?
of course. And
New guy.
Reese will
New guy.
will go on to Rory. Yeah, and don't you forget it. Yeah, what's up, guys?
The one runs over to you and whispers, but not really whispers in your ear. Dude, you're supposed to kick his fucking ass. That's how we get him to the hostel. Then runs back.
Oh, do you want to go to a hostel with me?
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
Well, he'll just.
They
to the
just go
hostel.
slackjaw.
Have you ever tried, guys? Have you ever tried asking people? That kind of works sometimes.
I think he's a genius. What a fucking moron. Who knows? And they all are walking behind you like a good 15, 20 feet. Okay. So yeah, I guess
Thus,
now you're
Reese
going to
was
the hostel.
Yeah.
instantly raised in ranks because everyone else is an idiot.
Well, they have a system here, right?
I blended in. Here's your sword back.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, he runs over and takes the sword. No. You don't need
Oh.
that. We're going to a
Oh,
hostel.
okay.
You can't have weapons in the hostel.
Oh yeah, then that makes sense.
That does make sense.
They look at your staff. It's a walking stick. And they just keep going.
Thank you.
You might-
And
they intend
around the
on keeping
time-
your stuff, you might want to get that back.
around the time you all get into the hostel, you see Creve walking past with Lilpa holding a bunch of goodies into the hostel. And as you walk through, you see Kyle just kind of sitting on bed number 2 in his transformed form, and all of you ended up in the exact same location.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. And the 3 guys kind of pull you to the side, Reese, and old man, go get a bed. Yo, what the
Oh,
fuck?
sure.
Did you not want any of the shit?
Huh?
You see that coin? You see that bag? That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
nice bag.
It is a nice bag.
Come on, we have a system here, We hard up, hard on times, and then we see if they're looking for a little more faith, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone could always use a
Yeah.
little bit more faith.
I'm still thinking he's a fucking genius. But anyways,
When's your last time been in the hostel?
I've been one of the street divers for 3 weeks.
3
Thank you.
weeks.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, how long you
Doing
been?
this- Been doing this a while, to be honest.
Wow.
A long while. I've seen things.
Yeah. Well, I'm 2 months.
2 months.
I
Remind me,
started
what do
last
we-
week.
What do we do with the stuff after we take it? Because I'm actually new to this part of town. I haven't been here before. If it
we
seems like
had,
I don't know my way around, that's why.
Well, it's your stuff after you take it. It's yours.
Oh.
Yeah, anything you
Alright.
take is yours. I mean, that's part of it.
Hmm.
Did they not go over the fucking laws?
You know, it's I just haven't been to this place in New Haxon.
Where are you from then? Wait,
Outside the
are you
city.
you're one of the transfers?
Yeah. Yep.
They all look around and they tilt their head. We're so sorry. We didn't realize you were one of the transfers.
Yeah, I've never really heard of this taking people's stuff thing before.
Well,
Is that
it's
a new thing, or is that a you thing?
Oh, that's totally a part of what they tell us to do.
I'm gonna be needing that guy's sword back now.
They
In the meantime,
elbow the
Nick-
guy holding it and hands it over to you.
Thank
the
you.
meantime,
And
any of
we
you
will
want
never
some
talk
jerky?
about this again, huh?
Right. Yeah, of course.
All right.
Yes, of course, General. And they all like walk out scared of
General?
you.
Oh
Yeah.
no! What have I done?
Wait, do you not want any jerky?
They don't want any jerky. Here's your sword back.
Oh. Oh no. If
The orc does walk over. Oh, we actually do have a policy on weapons. If you're staying here, you got to check them in. You'll get it back when you leave, but it's for the safety of anybody else staying here.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Looks at you, Reese. I haven't seen you around town.
Yeah, I'm new. I'm a transfer. They call me General.
From where?
Gosh, let me look at a map of Exandria.
Do you want just Exandria? There you go.
Thanks.
I mean, from local, or have you just been from all around that it just gets mumbled up?
Yeah, it just gets mumbled up. Like I just travel a lot. Let's.
Yeah, a lot of travelers end up here. We've been getting a lot of you hands people in here helping us out with a lot of things.
Very simple from the Menagerie Coast. That's it.
Ah, all right. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of you hands people in here helping us out with stuff, and we're really appreciative. We know not to talk about faith in front of you guys, but we are really happy that all of the wrong sayings about you have all been false.
Yeah, we just really like to lend a helping hand.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it.
So,
Wait, what
anyways,
They're going to murder me.
So as you're all, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's what we were getting to.
All right, Lil Pa, it seems. I mean, there's so many people showing up all of a sudden. Is this normal? Do you have like?
Well, there was a large ship that came in today, and usually when people aren't from here, but most of the time people not from here don't come here, so I'm not really quite sure. And she's starting to help bandage him up as he lies on the bed, and like he's definitely like wincing a little bit against the pain, but hey, don't be such a baby. We know it hurts, but this is the only way for you to get better, okay? And she starts putting ointment over like the sections around the bruising and around the face and everything. How about you? You have any skills with healing people?
Oh well, there's we practice a kind of discipline back home. It's called sexual healing.
Her eyes just like grow very heavy when you say that.
But I mean, that's the only thing I'm proficient with in that kind of department.
Well, then you're probably not very much used to us. She looks over at Warwick. Are you okay, sir?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. It's just those. Is it two other guys or three? Because I know
three other guys and then Reese.
Oh, just those three gentlemen there. Like didn't taste jerky. Do you want some jerky, ma'am? Or?
No, thank you. I'm a vegan.
Oh, okay. Ooh, wait. I asked in chat. Does Rick see Frederick?
Frederick? Oh yeah, you see him.
Oh hey. Oh man, you look like you hit some hard times. Let me help out.
Oh hey.
And Rick will come over and kind of help bandage him and like. I don't know if is it subtle if I use lay on hands or.
No, it is like a divine glow. Well, yours in particular. It's the shine. But yeah, as you walk over, hey, one of your friends is here. Pat you, Creve. Warwick, it's a pleasure to meet you again. He goes to shake your hand. And then she looks around. You know each other. And she looks at Warwick and glares at Creve.
Well, we don't really know each other. You were on the ship too, right? Weren't you?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I remember I helped make the knuckle draggers. Actually, I still have a couple of cups here. Pulls out like little. I don't know if it's plastic, but
A canteen.
Yeah.
You pull it out, and she like quickly snatches it from you. No alcohol inside of the hasta.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Then she looks further over at you, Reese. Adam, you! Why don't you help that gentleman over there? And points at Kyle.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Of course.
She like does a double take, but then shrugs and keeps going back to what's going on.
What am I helping with? Kyle, what do you need help with?
How long has it been, Jiro?
This entire process about 40 minutes or so.
What can you? Yeah, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding very heavily, and I unwrap my hand.
Oh,
And he is.
Oh,
Like,
Reese will whisper some magic words and use healing word.
all right.
Does that help?
It does absolutely nothing, and the blood just keeps like slowly coming down.
Why is my healing magic won't work on this? What is
I'll
this?
explain later. Just take it as an argument. If you need to help, like, don't try. Like, it's fine.
Oh God.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh God, that looks so.
Fucking hole in there.
That looks really bad. Oh God.
Lopa,
Oh, God. I think I might be.
looks at all of you and goes, see ta, and then runs over. That was Faye Elvin Creve for fuck's sake. And then runs over and goes, you're supposed to bandage it up. Ooh.
Yeah, right. It's real bad. Oh, that's gangrene. I think. Oh, smells real.
She looks very closely at the wound, Kyle, and like starts like going over it. Have you been inside of the rest recently?
What?
The rest.
The what?
Roll me a deception check, please.
I'm not good at that. I would use my game inspiration of the day.
New family. Sorry. Oh, guys. 18. All right, she's going to insight you because she does have a fighting chance. Okay, no. This is a... I hate to tell you it, but a very good omen.
What?
It's a great omen. Listen, I'm not really one for talking about religion to people I just meet and everything, but I belong to this group, and she shows you her hand, which has a tattoo of a hand over it with 5 fingers. We're called Disciples of the Hand. And we actually belong to this really nice old religion that we rediscovered recently, and your symbol matches that of one of our heightened disciples.
Oh.
This marking, I mean, you don't die, and like she goes over it a couple of times to the point where like you see a gash. The blood seems to just be appearing. It's not coming out of his hand. See?
You, I guess.
I will, and Reese will take a knee in front of him. Do anything to serve you, my heightened disciple.
And Lilpa will also do the same thing. But not really a kneel, more of a just gesturing bow. With the backwards satyr legs like they can. Kneeling's not really an option for them.
In 20 minutes, I turn back into a drow. So we have 20 minutes, guys.
I just imagine like the whole kneeling thing, and you put your head down in reverence, and then at that moment the head's down. Kale turns back and then quickly spell again.
I have one cast. It's the key.
Yep. So, anyways, they're giving you
cast it again.
They're giving you your bow. Celia, from your position across the street, you see this happening. Huh.
Yeah. And I'll basically just chuckles in amusement and just put the Cliff Notes version in my book.
Yes.
As a little fun tale.
Oh, And she like jumps up, and when she jumps, she gets like a good 6 feet in the air. Just, oh, this is so exciting. Oh, we've met another, and this is so, and like she holds your bleeding hand and shakes it. This is so wonderful. I'm so happy that I get to meet you. Oh, this is, what's your name? Looks at you, Reese.
My name is Reese.
Reese. Decent enough name. I'm removing you from your city watch. You are appointed to him. You stay by his side. You watch over him. You make sure nothing bad happens. She looks over at you, Creve. Listen, I don't know what you're about, but this person is very important to me. Okay? If anything happens to him, the answer remains no, with no chance of it ever changing.
Oh, sure. I mean, I will gladly assist in any way I can. I don't really have anything better to do here, so.
She like gets up and then clacks her heels onto the floor after she lands. Tuck, tuck. Okay. I'm gonna go see if we can't get the dinner. Takes off running. She's fast.
Oh wow. Well, I can see that your progress is going well. Wink, like, you know that obvious like wink thing at Creep? It's like, yeah, good job, wink.
Well, luckily she's far enough away to not notice. Yeah?
Guys, I have 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, I'm Kaya. I'm different person. In 20 minutes.
Can't you redo the thing?
No, it comes from the key. I can only do it once every now and then.
If that's the case, why don't we, go somewhere more of your stature, like the Barricade, where we can get you a room, and you can stay there for the night, and we come back tomorrow sometime.
Well, while you guys debate what you are going to be doing, I think this is where we're going to be ending the session, y'all. So you have a little bit of time out of character to figure out what you're doing in the next 20 minutes. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you all had a fantastic time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Magical attacks, yeah, I wreck a ghost.